Hello everybody, welcome to the show. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. I greatly appreciate you tuning in, and if you watched my videos before, welcome back. Today we've got some rearranging to do in the shop. I've got my 3 snow blowers here just out of the way. Rear chassis we picked up, 75 just off to the side. The sole plan for today, I've got a new snowmobile to show you that we just picked up this fall. I know, I think you'll like that one. And also got some rearranging to do into the shop because as I mentioned, I've got to take a pause on the 71 to get some other stuff done for the winter. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the episode. So as I mentioned, I've been shuffling some sleds around, but check this out. The poor 71 is off the lift. It's not what we wanted, but it's off. You can see it's missing some parts. That's supposed to be under the sled, not off to the side. But the plan is to get it off the lift. As I mentioned before, we got other projects to get ready, and I'm gonna just put it up here on the display ledge for now. It's a full-time project just moving all these sleds around. I got to get back there to the 65 and, you know, Scandic, the free air, probably the TNT, the modern sled. It's all got to get out of the way so I can get it to 65. Yeah, I'm just plugging along. So the lift is free and clear, and the 71 is on the display stand. Bittersweet moment. I was really hoping to get this done. It's not goodbye though, it's just on pause for now. But looks good up there with the 65 and the 72-400. Alright, let's get back to work. So I've got the 65 on the lift. It's disappointing that I didn't get the 71 done, but it's I've been looking forward to getting this running for a while. It just kills me that this isn't running, but fun little factoid I figured out just now. I never tried it before, but with this lift, motorcycle lift, I can dolly the sled right onto it, so that is a tremendous help in getting the sled loaded on the lift. You know, just due to spacing, it doesn't always work that way, but I've got a couple sleds out, so it worked out good. You know, the free air is back here. The good old 72 TNT is back here. Our modern sleds. The other 65. And of course we got the good old Scandic. The 71 TNT. The 72-400, which is about one of my favorite snowmobiles. Can't wait to work on that. We got the other 75 back there. We got the Toad there. And the 72-775 right there. There's a lot of stuff crammed in here, as you can see. So I feel really good about getting that done. So let's go check out the new sled, which is why I'm sure a lot of you are here. You all know what it is because you read the title, I'm sure. But we finally added an RV to our collection. This is a 1977 Skidoo RV 340. Serial number, let's see if I can get down and read it here. 0912. So it's relatively, it's a low, you know, 3-digit number. I'm not really sure how many of these they made, so it might be under production early. I don't really know. Let's see if we can read the production date. I think I see October 1976. So it's a 77 model year, made in October 1976. So for those that don't know, we have been wanting, more specifically my dad has been wanting a 70s, well, an RV of some kind since we started doing this, and Just hasn't happened. Haven't found the right one, mostly due to the price that these bring. They're a bit spendy, especially in running condition. But he came across this one chatting with a gentleman, I believe, about mini bike parts. And I'm gonna screw this up. I think it came all the way from Wisconsin. And last registered in Minnesota, 1991. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure it came from Wisconsin. But, you know, it had been there, and obviously that's a pretty big hike from where we live in central New York, so just never wasn't a big priority or a big push to get out there. Just kind of kept it in the back of my dad's mind, and, you know, hoping that eventually they could make arrangements to get it here, which is exactly what happened. I don't know all the arrangements, but somebody was willing to, you know, they were coming out this way, they were willing to bring the sled. And right around Labor Day, I don't remember if it was right on Labor Day or the day after. I know he had some trouble with his truck on the way, so there was a bit of drama there. But this sled made a long journey to get here, and we're very happy to have it in the collection. So let's pop the hood here real quick. 77 RV, 340 as I said. It's an RV because it's a rotary valve engine, dual carburetors, twin exhaust, and for the most part it is dirty and dusty, exactly what you would expect under here. I believe that's a Comet clutch. That wouldn't have been factory. You can see the belt is off. Somebody must have been messing with this at some point. Yeah, we literally have not done anything with this other than we dropped some oil into the cylinders to see if it would fire. Well, dropped some oils into the cylinders and then pulled it over, shot some gas down in it to see if it would fire, which it did not, and that was about the extent of us messing with it. These aren't the most popular of the RV models. I'm gonna get away from the water. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn up here on the video. It's pretty loud. These aren't the most popular, but you do see these at the shows from time to time. In fact, I'll pop some footage that I have collected over the past couple years at shows. Nice bit of yellow there. You know, I'm not the most knowledgeable about RVs, so if I have any errors in the information I'm providing, please in the comments correct me. I just know what I know, and these are not I'm not that familiar with these. But so 77 has the more colorful stripes. If this was a 76, the stripes would be black, and I can probably pop a image of one of those too, or some footage of one of those. But this is what I would call a true barn find. You know, it's kind of been put away for years, who knows how long, and you know, we haven't even cleaned it, dusted it. It's pretty much exactly like we've got it on the day it was dropped off. It's very complete. You can see it needs a snow flap. It's gone. It's pretty typical. They get brittle with time. The track is not the greatest. I can see some of the clips are boogered, so I'm sure the skid is going to be out of this at some point for sure. And overall, the fiberglass pan looks to be in very good shape. I'm actually just now noticing this hole on the side. I'm wondering if that corresponds with the clutch. And it kind of looks like it does. So I wonder if that was something to do with racing, because I know on the blizzards a lot of time they would hack the side of the pan to make it easier to get at the clutch for racing. Yeah, it's an overall really good shape, I would say. You can see there's some damage to the front of the hood right there. Nothing too outrageous. These just have a mean look. And, you know, I was not there, but I don't think anyone would disagree when I say that these were a hot sled in their day. And I'm pretty sure they were competitive in racing as well, but I know some more knowledgeable people will correct me if I'm wrong at that. But it's difficult for a vintage, you know, what we do with the vintage hobby, going to shows and everything, because these are hard to move. There's no front grab bar. The pan is fiberglass, so you really can't get under it with, you know, get under there with a dolly, because you risk breaking the pan. And yeah, just hard to move if they don't run. So that's about all I have on that snowmobile. It is not a you know, priority at this time. It wasn't even on the radar, but like I said, the opportunity arose for it to find a ride all the way from Wisconsin, I believe. I'll be corrected by my dad if I'm wrong, but it found a ride here, and there it is. I don't know, I like it the way it is. It's certainly far from a pristine, unrestored sled, but I think that would clean up very nice and be a respectable, I mean, the goal is to be a respectable rider, but even despite its blemishes, I really do think this is a nice sled. Not without its issues. It's going to need some TLC. I forget if I mentioned the one thing it is missing is the belt guard. Not too certain how difficult that's going to be to source. No speedometer. It's got an RPM gauge, so no idea of the mileage. Nice little look down into the engine bay. I'm sure you get a lot of nice heat off of that when you're ripping down the trail. But leave a comment, and well, what do you think we should do with this sled? Restore it 100%, you know, mechanical restoration, and just clean up the cosmetics as much as we can, or if you think we should sell it, tell me why that is a good plan. And obviously we'd have to replace it with something, so what should we get instead? Very happy to have this snowmobile into the collection. As I said, not the most desirable of RVs out there. The black, I think they're like the 245s or 250s, whatever they are, seem to be the most popular at shows, but RVs are popular regardless of which model it is. So one last parting shot here. I hope I haven't rambled on for too much. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support as always. And if you're a new viewer, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and would greatly appreciate if you would consider subscribing to my channel. This is dedicated to vintage snowmobiles, so a lot of good content. You're gonna see a lot of sleds that you just won't see anywhere else, and there's gonna be, hopefully, weather permitting, a lot of riding footage this year. So I've got plans for a pretty, we'll say, a special episode on December 1st, so you're going to want to tune in for that. I thank everybody. please leave your comments. Tell me what we should do with that RV. And feel free to comment on any of the other sleds you saw in this episode. Until the next time, everyone, thank you. So I already shot an outro clip, but I kind of want to just shoot another one to see if this one comes out any better. But we got everything back in the shop. We got the RV back in the shop. Like I said, drop a comment. What should we do with that sled? Keep it unrestored, fully restored. Yeah, got the free air, Scandic 75 TNT, Snowzilla. Hope to do a video on that soon, getting that ready for the winter. The Aaron's Predator and the OG Aaron Snow Throw. And I'm very excited about the 65 being up on the lift. We've got to get that running, and got some other stuff to do to it. So if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you watching. If you've watched my videos from the very beginning, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for the support. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. I'll have a new video December 1st, Monday, December 1st. So you're going to want to see that. That's going to be unlike any other video you've seen on my channel, and it is guaranteed to be shocking, we'll say. So look out for that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody watching.